I'm going to 100% Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World of Light by rescuing every fighter and spirit from the treacherous Galeem. In fact, it starts out with what feels like the endgame of the MCU.
Avengers!
Assemble.
An army of master hands? Surely our heroes from countless universes can come out on top. Wait a second, Galeem is tearing apart the gloves and is now gathering ki to then spam Kamehamehas at our intrepid heroes? Link tries to fend off the blast with his limited weaponry. Mewtwo and Zelda forget they know teleport. Everyone, run away!
Run away! Run away!
Bowser, use Fire Blast! That wasn't very effective. Falco, pull up!
I guess I should be thankful.
Snake, now's not the time for boxing. Some put up less fight than others, leaving the Pink Devourer as the last hope. He narrowly dodges the sky beams, but will he make it out alive? The world ends in a Halo Rings fire ring. We have failed to save the day.
You have failed this city.
Hold on, there's still hope. Others may have lost their spirits to Galeem, but it turns out Kirby made it out alive. Can one fighter save the universe alone? To make matters worse, Galeem has kidnapped our friends and is creating a Terminator-styled clone army. Entering the world of light, I approach my first opponent, Smokey Prog, a spirit possessing a clone of Mario. These spirit battles are structured differently from your usual brawl. Every once in a while, the environment or opponent will use special abilities. For example, Smokey Prog makes Mario Metal Mario. Nonetheless, I clinched the first win through the power of Kirby's back airs. Each victory will increase my arsenal of spirits, which can increase stats or grant me in-battle upgrades. But what's this? My beloved Eevee has been captured? The battle soon becomes a 3-on-1 affair, with Tanuki-tailed Yoshis representing the Eeveelutions Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. The latter even learned Flamethrower for this match. I hold the high ground, Flareon, and I'm no longer a Padawan. Next was Celeste pulling Jigglypuff's strings, spending the entire match being a stargazing pacifist. So I give her a one-way ticket to the stars.
Flawless victory.
Beating that spirit trifecta opens the choking Silent Hill fog and reveals our first fighter battle against the king of Nintendo, Mario. Fighter battles like Black Friday are all-out brawls with no gimmicks. Struggling at first, I steal Mario's hat and give him a taste of his own fiery medicine. Mario takes the battle to the sky and I land a couple of aerials. I buy enough time to spawn the lightsaber once again and brutally use it as a sniper rifle. Look at me, using the high ground in unconventional ways. I've saved the original Nintendo Avenger. Only 70-something more to go. Well, at least Mario is more my speed. So let's test my skills with him against a giant Rob Guardian, who is such a wall that doesn't even flinch from my attacks. Throwing it only buys me seconds as he recovers just as quickly, resulting in my inevitable first death. Upon retry, I kept trying the same thing over and over until I noticed, hey, this is a battle of stamina. I just have to get this hunk of metal to 0 HP. I quickly changed to the COD camping with the Fireball special. Quick scoping that noob. A broken arena offers us a choice between 3 fighters: Fire Emblem's OG Lord Marth, a Zelda in disguise as Sheik, or the boring Animal Crossing villager. I'm gonna go with the sword character, since there are not that many in this game. Since Marth has the extra reach with his sword, I continue my dominance with an aerial offense. Tactician? Are kicks even on the weapon triangle? Nope, you just have a skill issue. That back air results in yet another successful edgeguard recruiting the first sword fighter. Galeem dispatches his right hand to gate off the other 2 fighters. Guess we'll need to come back later. So westward I go and fight Zelda, controlled by Charlotte Aulin we do. This was the first real challenge, with Richter showing up to make things more complicated. They actually brought my percentage above 100% because that freaking Zelda wouldn't stop spamming side B. If any of you watching this play like this Zelda, here's something for you: a bar of soap. I know you haven't bathed since your mom washed you. Now you're a basement dweller spamming side Bs online. Okay, calm down, Andrew. The clouds have parted, revealing A gate? We can't go through it or pry it open with our sword? And now a boat? Marth, you're a lord. Why can't you pilot a boat? At least we can pillage some booty in between matches. Are you kidding me, Marth? You can't jump across mushrooms either? Look, man, I know you can jump. You're jumping in this very battle. Like a lot. Whatever. I run into another speed bump with Master Belch, who fittingly puppets Wario. Master Belch left the floor of the stage covered in stickiness, reducing my speed and jump height. Fortunately, Marth's tilt game is on point, allowing him to fight effectively as we overcome the ick. Oh look, the OG Dot Muncher Pac-Man is now available. Well, he can't seem to stomach my swift flowery assault, which was a kind gift from an equipped spirit. In literal seconds, we gain a new party member. What's wrong, Galeem? You're not looking too good. Oh, geez, now's not the time for a stomach flu. Hopefully that military base has a cleanup crew because I'm not paid enough to take care of portal vomit. Yeah, I'd lock it down too over that intergalactic embarrassment. I run frustratingly from another gate right into a boxing kangaroo. I give him the customary Australian good day, which reveals a mysterious button. On my way over through Jungle Japes, why am I hearing boss music? Is only Isabelle possessed by a cleric? Okay, so not only am I outnumbered, the enemies self-heal. They are definitely roughing me up. Not a big deal. I'll just hold out for my ultimate and... Okay, let's just focus down Sakura. And would you look at that, I'm already dead. I personally wanted to make a habit to give each character a chance to shine, but I plain out just suck with some of them. Thus, switching into Lord Marth finally allows me to focus on Corrin, taking her out. However, it took only one final smash to ruin a near-winning attempt. I'll give it another go. What? I only needed to defeat Isabelle this whole time? Thankfully, Leaf provided a needed break. After failing against Sakura so much, we had a flawless victory, this time in seconds. Only Venusaur stands in my way. It's a giant Ivysaur now? Okay, Ash, what is your starting Ivysaur's nickname? It is, of course, Venusaur! Too bad for them. The poison floors aren't dangerous enough to faint me, but Venusaur's gonna need a Pokemon Center. Finally, I could smash this button like you should smash that subscribe button, opening the green gate to a shrine area for later in the game. Returning to the jungle, Galeem sends a crazy hand to destroy one of the bridges leading to a spirit, leaving only a familiar hut on the way forward. That's right, Donkey Kong is here! I get another straightforward fight, but I at least get to rock out to this classic banger throughout. Come on, Mr. Kong, don't die so early. At least let us rock out longer. Oh well, the first member of the DK crew joins, and I get to test his skills against Team Slashman on sticky floors that of course they forgot to clean off. But what the enemy team didn't know is DK attended Clown College. I juggle my way up tilt attacking the green robots, unlocking another spirit for the Horde. Now that I'm confident in my DK abilities, I get to encounter Rayman being cosplayed as Shadow the Edgelord. And man, this song slaps! Sonic games lately have been atrocious, but thankfully they put out banger music. Hold up, I was supposed to be playing and not rocking out? Resisting the beat isn't the only hard thing in this arena. Fighting a constantly aggressive assist trophy with Stanima is rough. I ended up playing around with Mario for a couple of the attempts, and then eventually got back in my groove by using Marth. The real key to this fight was an early gimp, finally putting down the emo hedgehog.
It's pronounced Jif.
It opened the way through the mines of Moria. And fortunately, don't run into any goblins on the way through. The Poppy Bros Jr. step forward, which means bombs, and you guessed it, more bombs dropped than in an air raid. Bombs away, you merry little terrorists. And it turns out the Poppy Bros are a useful spirit for the overworld.
Bomb has been planted.
On our way back, we see a circus-like tent. After I squash the Beetle Spirit's beetles using beetles in battle, he opens up his shop for me to spend my hard-earned spirit points. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Maybe this path will lead somewhere a little more exciting. Good evening. It's time to play the hits game. Are they dating or are they siblings? Or perhaps they are both? Back to the gameplay in progress. Marth, are you trying to piss me off? You can indeed jump in the overworld? Frustrated at the inconsistency, I run into Captain Cuttlefish, who opens up his dojo for me to use. Dojos can strengthen spirits, teach new styles, and blah, blah, blah. Boring. I won't be coming back or using those ever. Cyrus and Reese then attempt to block us with their love, and that goes about as well for them as you'd expect. With their demise, the broken bridge from earlier starts flashing. Cyrus and Reese apparently can rebuild broken infrastructure, allowing me to cross where I couldn't before, which immediately brings me face to face to a boss battle. Actually, her name is The Boss. She's not an actual boss. Anywho, not only has the boss prepped the area with poison, she constantly uses my power of aerials against me. She defeats me without firing a single shot. Fortunately, I've gathered quite a number of spirits, some of which counter specific situations like granting me immunity to poison. Even negating the environmental poisoning, my hits have almost no effect on Zero Suit Samus.
Is there a birthday suit, Samus?
As part of the battle, she activates Harden, making her even harder to kill. That's if I can even get a hit in. The boss just won't stand still with her aerobatics, making this fight more frustrating. Just look at how fast she drains my HP. There has to be an easier way to beat her. I attempted to intimidate the boss with the color pink, but in the end, she went out on her own terms. That quote-unquote boss battle was so frustrating, and then it ended like that? I'm gonna need the support animal Duck Hunt Dog to pet, which will help me recover. Stop resisting my petting efforts! That's it. I'm taking away his cans. That gets the best boy overexcited. Being gentle yet firm with back airs, I earn a constant companion. I continue to improve the overworld's infrastructure, and in a small normal town find Hatless Ness. I mean our friend Lucas. He starts off the battle being incredibly dodgy, but I consistently set up my combo, aka camping with cans and clay pigeons, earning damage. Lucas falls easily enough to our dogged pursuit. I immediately test Lucas's kit against Ashley, a totally normal assist trophy fight, and wait! Who inverted my controls? Her stage's gimmick is reversing left and right, which screws up my PK Thunder, making recovery near impossible for me. Sorry, Lucas. I need to go back to using All Reliable. Well, that didn't work. I decide to use the boss spirit I attained mere moments ago, helping me tank her moves long enough to fill up the meter for my first final smash. I said finish her, not me! Finally, after 10 minutes of nonsense, I mastered the inverted controls well enough to finish this fight. A few spirits later, completely converted this suburb into a ghost town. Opened up another dojo, which I shall ignore, and found a rock-type Mario, represented by a steel-type Jigglypuff. A pink button is up ahead. Must push it. Guarding the way to it is none other than a corrupted Star Fox. Hey, what happened to the Great Fox? You better tell me where the heck your ship is. I interrogate him further, slapping him around. If you won't talk, Lucas, go ham on his kneecaps with that stick. Why couldn't we have been friends? Oh, looks like we are now. I hit the pink button like it's the like button, leaving blue as the last gate remaining to that mysterious realm. While searching for the third switch, I built up enough meter to call in the Great Fox for a final smash, and am treated to a front seat to the Death Star run from Star Wars. Up next is a tour of Gumdrop Alley. Just the thought of us being here makes Galeem destructively queasy all over a spooky castle. Then at last, we run into a familiar, friendly green dinosaur. I leap into action with Fox on another barren platform. My swift offense quickly overwhelms Yoshi, to which they respond with a little leapfrog. Up smash, and that's game. Now I've reached the most esteemed establishment of them all, Slowpoke's Dojo. Let's listen to his wise teachings. Wow, that training unlocked something so sinister inside, something so...
Long live the king.
To become even more evil, I step into the spooky castle, teleporting me into Bowser's home with all the nostalgic flourishes. We get to make believe we are Mario, crawling through pipes and hitting switches to solve puzzles. I guess we've changed the overlight genre to a dungeon crawler. And would you look at that? Our princess is not inside another castle. Princess Toadstool seems hesitant to hurt her dinosaur friend, playing around defensively. I use Yoshi's busted down air to rack up the damage, then use Tail Whip to lower her defenses. Topping it off with a headbutt forces her to faint. I can't think of a better character to face off against the castle boss.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh, shut up, Bowser. Everyone knows it has to be you.
Identify this Pokemon.
It's a Voltorb.
And the answer is a Jigglypuff seen from above.
Oh, crap. We still have to play as the princess. Backed by popular demand, it's Giga Bowser taking up most of the stage. He may have a health bar, but he's heavily equipped with super armor like a tank and hits twice as hard. With his Godzilla-sized hitbox, some attacks feel like they cover the entire floor. The battle requires you to keep up your A game while acting like the floor is lava, because it only takes a few attacks to put you deep into the red. Peach's side air and ground game managed to chip at Giga Bowser's health pool, and her turnips allow us to 360 no-scope him from across the map. So our strat evolves into camping just out of reach in order to bait fire attacks. I narrowly dodge what would have been a full restart of the level, then cut Giga Bowser down to size, winning my first real boss fight. And hey, we got Bowser too. Taking down that gargantuan downgraded Galeem's shielding from completely impenetrable to mostly impenetrable.
The shield is still up.
This downgrade also pops all the bubble shields blocking our friends from the beginning. I stomp back with the Koopa King to rescue a helpless villager first. Fear not, helpless victim. I'm here to rescue you. Now to round out the starter trio by fighting Sheik. Remember, Bowser, we are here to save them. Stop being so brutal. Bowser, I want them alive.
Stop! He's already dead.
On a scenic cliffside, I sent out a calm fighter to capture Jigglypuff. Villager, you have a net specifically for catching. Why not use it? Well, they are a Pokemon, so I suppose we need to weaken her before catching. Fireworks? That's a bit over the top. That's the wrong kind of heavy ball. Whatever works. Now to throw her out in a Poke battle against Terracross. I up tilt with her right away, leading into her most powerful move, Rest. Bowser only lived that because he's a fatso. No matter, one more Shadow Sneak-like Rest faints the Heracross spirit.
Fatality.
Jigglypuff finished the battle very close to leveling up, and Lucario looks just like enough XP. Hey Lucario, have you ever heard of gimping?
This is outrageous. It's unfair.
Lucario, you are on the team, but we do not grant you the rank of Master. But thanks for pressing that blue button, opening up that mysterious place we've been seeing throughout this adventure. However, before we go there, we must battle the elements of the wind and sea. The Cap'n Spirit will drown you, matey. I'm all for a sea breeze, but this wind is absolutely ridiculous. I am forced to fight my inputs against the wind. We've also been outfitted with concrete shoes, reducing even the buoyancy of a Jigglypuff, meaning touching the water is death. If only I could somehow resist the wind. A small spirit change makes it all better. I'm no longer a flapping flag in the wind. You could say I've been sleeping on my spirit's power. Now walk the plank, Captain. With Captain in tow, we can take the cruise we've always dreamed of. On my way there, a wild Pikachu appears from the tall grass. Thankfully, I have a couple Pokemon all ready to battle. As the Pikachu challenges us to a gym battle, Lucario smashes forth his aura, demanding Pikachu's loyalty. Into the briny deep with our new captain, our 3-hour tour evolves into a world tour, entering into the Street Fighter 2 universe, which means Smash canonically takes place in the real world. Let's breathe a sigh of relief Mortal Kombat didn't sign a contract with Smash. Much like a regular, normal 2D fighting game, all the fighters have a health bar in this area in the form of stamina. Between its ability to infinitely loop tail juggles with up tilts and its static air shocks, Pikachu is tailor-made to KO all the enemy fighters. Hey Andrew, shouldn't we be stopping Galeem? Sorry, I can't hear you over the nostalgia. Wait a second, I'm hearing boss music again? Oh no, the infamous M. Bison cuts our vacation short, as well as our jumping power. It's a good thing I have 120 HP. Why does he have so much more? Not only that, he hits like a truck. It's been what? Not even 5 seconds and I'm already down to 33 hit points? Unfun fact, M. Bison is infamous for being a cheap boss. Take Street Fighter Alpha 3 for example. Ken has over 50% health, so he should last a few more hits, right?
Holy sweet merciful.
So yeah, time to fight cheapness with cheapness. Get gimped, you cheater! With Bison on ice, Ryu comes out of hiding. Look, Pikachu is so happy to see you, wagging his little tail. All it takes is a couple spinning back airs off stage for him to join our dojo. And we'll teach you a better recovery than that Shoryuken. Back from vacation, we summon Kamek Spirit to enlarge the mushrooms that Martha refused to jump across earlier in the game. Ah, Olimar, stranded like you always are in your franchise. Forward, down, down, forward, Shoryuken! Ryu's combos knock sense into the blue-collar company man. At long last, we enter the corrupted shrine, which as it turns out is just a straightforward dungeon. Somehow, Simon Belmont thought Dracula lived here. Come on, man, in the middle of the day? Go forth, my Pikmin. Ship away. Eat Star Rod, you noble vampire hunter. Victory! Now free from the corrupting influence of Galeem, I can finally be the spammer! Cross, Holy Water, Axe! His barrage of projectiles is insane! Back, you fiends! Also, Simon's final smash is almost a cinematic masterpiece. No wonder the basement dwellers who love to spam play as him online. Then I make a brief but necessary pit stop.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Come on, guys, smell some roses and whip yourselves back into shape. Pit, as it turns out, was the only one guarding the Thunderstone, which when shattered, breaks Zeus's death grip on the bottomless chasm that kept me from going east. I better get over there fast. Oh, that's where the Great Fox has been. Now where's Slippy when you need him so I can explore the stars? Who cares? There's a slip and slide down the Misty Mountains, where I, of course, find the Ice Climbers. Pit's recovery isn't what it used to be in Brawl, but with his neutral attacks cutting off Nana and winged superiority asserting dominance over Popo, I easily cut through the Ice Climber's tether. That expedition took me down to a ruins where Toadette offers a new RPG-like mechanic. Okay, so our unused spirits can explore these abandoned ruins for XP and prizes? I guess I can part with these four for a minute. 2 hours? What kind of gotcha mobile game mechanic is this, Nintendo? These spirits are as good as dead to me. Anyways, what's a power plant doing here? It's another dungeon. Maybe we'll find Zapdos. Spoiler alert, the legendary bird isn't here. Nintendo missed out on that reference. There's just some Splatoon electric fish who open up new paths, and the cutest little baby mouse Pokemon. The Ice Climbers are, of course, amateur pest control specialists. When has a hammer ever missed a little critter? Pichu, I choose you! Go face that giant Pikachu! Shouldn't that be Raichu? We go toe-to-toe on an electrified stage and show off the tail juggling technique back when I played as Pika, strike from the sky with Aerial Ace, and beat the chonky Gen 1er with a signature Thunder attack. The electricity left over in the room from the fight jumpstarts the plant, opening many of those pesky gateways in the overworld. Speaking of opening gates, we found a hacker robot to open the bay door we saw way early on. This old place is full of unused military hardware, like this Mega Man, more like Mega Boy, who's doing his best RoboCop impersonation with slow reactions. Nothing a little electric flower can't handle. You're one of us now, Mr. Roboto. With the external security deactivated, I infiltrate the inside of the military installation, deactivate security systems with the press of a button, and come across Mega Man's true nemesis, Dr. Wily. This fight is rough. I have limited HP, and the enemies are all made of metal, with each of them having 100 HP. I'm hardly scratching them. This battle truly feels like we're fighting an army with all the reinforcements. So this is pain. As much as I love the super fighting robot, I'm just no good with him. So it's time to tag in Lucas, with 8 Mega Men to beat before I can even face Dr. Wily. It takes a lot of endurance and survival skills to make it that far. That's where Lucas's Psy Magnet comes in. Just look at that healing. Lucas? A stick? Really? Oh crap, it actually worked. Now call upon the ultimate PK Star Storm Final Smash! People of Smash, give me your energy. Finally, the doctor shows his ugly mug, so I feed him Mega Man Zero's blade. Oh great, after Wily's death is another unknown fighter, probably a boss. Yup, it's Galeem from Brawl's Subspace Emissary. He loves spamming missiles, shielding itself with explosives, and at times he transforms into a futuristic freight train charging right at us. And while in that tank form, he can still spam those dang missiles. Oh, he also steals taunts to crushing effect. I spend most of the battle jumping behind him to bat at his knees, but still need to watch out for those tantrums. Chipping away half of his health gives him a sharp increase to his attack speed, forcing me into fast-paced close quarters combat. In the corner, I barely spam enough plasma to end the fight in total victory.
All hands abandon ship!
Your shield won't be up for long, Galeem. Since we defeated Galeem? Who the heck named these guys? And why the heck is a cardboard box considered a spirit? Snake! I've heard you like fighting big robots, so I gave Mega Man the great Zapfish spirit to become gigantic Mega Man. Just look at these skills, which stuns the serpent completely. Then I send him spiraling with a back air. Back to get some fresh air in the overworld, Link challenges me to a test of skill. I proved to be superior in explosives handling by deflecting back his bombs, dash attack spamming, and you'd think I'd kill the hero of the wild with one of Snake's many gadgets, but no, I really love my back airs. Then I encounter a small Midwestern town and oh man, do I have to wake up the Miis? Link nor I doth approve of this me wearing unauthorized merch. So let's end this with a quick edge guard. I hate you. I really hope there's another fighter soon. I don't want to be stuck as a me. Little Mac, save me from this me prison. Oh no, the me wants to stay by glitching out the game. No, seriously, the me has somehow caused this horrendous frame rate. Guess I'll have to use another method of storytelling. The way I beat Little Mac was by edge guarding him. Then with Little Mac, I punched Wii Fit Trainer really hard. Oh, thank goodness. The expedition fixed my footage, and they found spirit points. Why the heck do I even bother? Getting back out with my head in the clouds, I find Dr. Mario hiding from daily apple eaters. The Wii Fit Trainer explains the power of holistic medicine and Tai Chi, distracting the medical professional enough, throwing him over the edge. What's this? Another captain? A bus driving captain. Hey, we're fighting here. And would you looky here, a button to open the closed gates. Wait, there are more gates to open? Mayor Pauline, you need to address this gatekeeping issue in your community. She doesn't seem to recognize Mario in his doctor attire and runs away, leaving me to deal with an irate suitor and gorilla, which ends as you'd expect any love triangle to end. Stop running away! These two are hurting me so much more than I can handle.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
That's it. It's time to pull back out old reliable. Will Marth make it big time in the city? Luckily for me, Pauline was so intimidated by the changeup, she simply gave up. Well, I get the inkling these fights won't get any easier, though the Splatoon character herself proves to be simple enough. Dr. Mario throws her around, uses aerial kicks, and a final special jump frees another spirit. Captain, you've taken us overseas. Now please take us on a tour bus ride through the mountains to meet Doom Guy's BFF, Isabelle. Using a killing edge sword from Long Q's spirit, we persuade Isabelle to organize our ragtag band. Just like I said I would, I venture across the bottomless canyon.
It's about time.
And soon run into the bounty hunter Samus. I menace her with a squeaky hammer, fireworks, and pull an Uno reverse, catching her in the net. I frustrate Samus into overextending so much, forcing her to sign our contract. Galeem is very upset over losing the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, so they get even by defacing the Stonehenge.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, who cares about the Stonehenge? Here's an 8-bit maze. Of course, Mr. Game & Watch is presiding here. The fight only requires one super missile combo and a shoulder slam to force him to step down. And just like that, a portal to nostalgia for simpler times. Donkey Kong Country. All our favorite Kongs are here. Cranky Kong, Funky Kong with his high energy theme, and Candy Kong. Who's nostalgic for you?
Now that we're alone, how about a big birthday kiss?
Let's go back in time to the Funky battle. No one wants to see Candy. I enter a bullet bill shooting competition where Funky Kong kept dropping bullet bills throughout the arena. And man, these things hurt so much more than coconut guns. Fortunately, the Sebastian Toot spirit, whoever that is, equips me with a Franklin badge, which somehow deflected the bullet bills. Becoming bulletproof ended this awkward 3v1. Oh, somehow the captain survived. Bye-bye. Ah, the great banana horde. Diddy Kong awaits us to be let out of the barrel. Let's freaking go! My Smash Bros. Main has finally arrived. Game & Watch, stop messing around with that discount Keyblade. Send out the Fire Brigade to win. But little did I know, my best character wouldn't get a fair fight. Another Ashley situation. Left and right have been reversed. I want to fight Meta Knight, not my controller. That's it. This isn't fun at all. I'm over it. I just want to smash. I quit. Come on, there's got to be something here. Ha! Yes! With Orbulon Spirit, the Grim Leecher Spirit is screwed now. Be gone, you spawn of Satan! Now to deploy the slappers I caught a while back. Use the HM Surf. Luckily, no Seafoam Island maze. Just a single tropical island where we can sit back and enjoy the sand, surf, and the Mii Gunner. No, I refuse to be this Wish Samus. Why are they required to 100%? Red, I beg of you, save me from this fate. This Mii's moveset is so clunky. Please, make it easy, Pokemon Trainer. Thank goodness. Let's put the Mii back to bed. Now, what's under this stone hedge? Since I'm Pokemon Trainer, I want to catch this dragon type, but it constantly runs away every single time I get close to it. Stop running and sit still. I quell my rage fighting Zelda and her 5 guardians. I told you guys Rivali was Falco.
That ain't Falco.
With Ivysaur, I dive headlong into the 4v1 battle, taking out Mifa, vine whipping Daruk, lightsaber slashing Urbosa, and saving Rivali for last, cause he's a cocky son of a gun. Oh yeah, and there were Link and Zelda. Up smash them, Ivy, and believe it or not, another Triforce hero. Toon Link decides he will not take the defeat of the Guardian sitting down. I vine whip him into submission and let him fall onto his own mind that he set there. Finally, our new friend corners the dragon Rathalos in its nest. It's time to commence our monstrous hunt. The Rathalos is able to avoid our attacks by exercising the might of its voice and screaming us away, though it enjoys long breaks between each of its following attacks. Then takes to the skies, following to the background where I can't hurt them. What a chicken! And what's with these effective area denial tricks? Whatever, I easily dodge it. Rathalos then uses the power of moving through the background before swooping through the frame. Turns out Rathalos has one weakness that this Hylian has lots of experience with: Deku Nuts. I hack and slash at the weakened, stunned monster, throw more stunning items, and finish my hunt against the beast. I wonder if I can craft armor from its hide.
The shield is down.
That's right. Galeem's main shield is now offline. Oh, and all this screen-shaking destruction took out the overworld pillars. Also, I rescued Slippy back in the power plant, which means we are another step closer to reaching Galeem via the Great Fox.
Yippee!
We set sail through the cosmos. And hey, look, it's Rivali. Toon Link was overjoyed to find one of the Guardians still alive. He reminds Rivali of their fun times edge camping and renews their bonds of friendship. Galeem's right-hand man, hand, blocks our way forward with its body, hand. Anyone who's played classic mode knows what comes next. Finger lasers, the Twister, finger guns, something clever, and we win by default. Now for the big bad evil guy Galeem. Angels sing out an immaculate chorus, and I think to myself, how am I supposed to beat this thing? Galeem fires its halo, and my attacks are doing pitiful damage. He even has explosive flourish. He must be a fan of Dragon Ball 2, because he stole both the instant transmission and the spirit bomb. Actually, they're heat-seeking electric bombs. It looks like he has explosives from Bomberman's repertoire as well. Not the dreaded drill peck. Again, in a few swipes here and there, finally staggering his core for just a bit. That's right. Give up now, or just put yourself back together to make my life difficult. He can even summon fighters to do his dirty work, such as clones of Bowser and Roy in this instance. I was prepared for trouble, but not exploding fighters. Every time I think I have a read on this guy, he pulls out something new. Not like this. We can still pull through, Falco. It was at this point I remembered something. I completely neglected to level up my spirits. You're telling me I can increase my damage output with a few button presses? I quickly stuffed Groudon full of rare candies to max him to level 99.
Please stop feeding me.
Leveling him up unlocked Primal Groudon, which meant equipping the spirit now granted fire and explosion resistance. So I stuffed an additional 99 levels worth of rare candies into him again. Rematch time, you son of too many wings! I now easily weave through his drill pecs, read his electrical bomb charge-ups, and ensure I'm far away from its arcing balls, or at least shielding. Easily decipher the locations of the explosives and even destroy them with attacks. Mostly. I chip away at his health. It's not all sunshine and roses, as I still haven't figured out how to dodge his lasers. But I've improved so much I even get to fully interrupt a bombing attempt, managing to endure one last close call with an air dodge and finally take down this heavenly being. Galeem leaves us with a fireworks show in commemoration of our victory. Now, at long last, roll those credits, Nintendo! What is that? Galeem's death throws are breaking through into another dimension? Or is it someone else breaking into ours? What? Crazy Hands? With Galeem, the Lord of Light defeated, darkness takes hold. What could he be so scared of? In the blink of an eye, the land is swallowed by a shadow. Galeem's spirits and puppet fighters fall under its control. Dharkon is the name of our new foe. For better or worse, Falco's cockiness plunges us into the abyss.
We're in the end game now.
Our first obstacle in this new world is none other than a Crazy Hand, and the tonal shift is palpable by its moveset. Everyone who's fought Crazy Hands know their unpredictable nature and strange moveset, but they have the same weaknesses as Master Hands. Be gone, Southpaw! Hopefully this portal will take me somewhere normal. I knew I should have stayed home today. Which spirit can float in the air? Why, a winged Pikmin, of course. A correct answer reveals a new path. What spirit is a Nopon? Thank you, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, for teaching me who those pervs are. Which spirit is the King of Twilight? Could I even be considered a Zelda fan if I didn't know it was Ant? Ah, something familiar. I get to try a new fighter. Not only are the challengers in this dimension more dodgy, but they also have a red aura about them. Hey, you're not allowed to counter through my edge-guarding strats! I distract Greninja with an air show by pretending I missed the final smash on purpose, and finish with a Rivali smash. Now I can bounce all over the place with Greninja's down airs, then use his water bending techniques to clinch the win. The water starter's time is already cut short at the appearance of Corrin, which I'm actually glad about because I'm not very well versed with Greninja. Wait, what am I saying? I'm not the best with Corrin either. It's a good thing I got lucky with an early kill versus Andross, so I can run straight to the next and last Spacey Wolf. Execute cheap long-range forward smash again! For your first task, Wolf, complete the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game. Who would have ever known Wolf is a Fire Emblem fan? I guess an obsession with a waifu game can actually pay off. Wolf, wanting to retire on top, phones his friend Ike. So, Ike, for 1 million spirit points, which Fire Emblem game first featured Marth?
I don't know that!
It's just been one after another with characters I like to play as. And now I get Meta Knight, one of my mains. I do what everyone else does with Ike, meaning I slam my opponent with brutal smash attacks. Meaning I can now use Meta Knight to rip apart a game show. Come on, isn't this a bit taboo? The final boss of Brawl is no joke, even in Ultimate. Not only are they super tanky and eat tornadoes for breakfast, they also cut through 40 of my HP with BS moves. You want to get serious? Let's get serious. The battle versus the two most OP characters of Brawl face off, and for whatever reason, Taboo is made of metal, which is why I equipped that Viridian Spirit to inflict more damage against metal foes. It came down to the wire, but in the end, they were no match for my invincibility frames from my rolls.
Should've rolled.
Oh no. Taboo's death opened a black hole, sucking me down to another unknown boss, Marks. We meet again for the first time for the last this time. The fake Kirby friend spends most of the fight teleporting around trolling us and using his off-screen hacks to chip away at my health. I barely get scraped by the final flash attack. However, Meta Knight demonstrates why he's perfect to take on this boss. Strong aerials, up smashes, up airs, and tilt attacks since he just likes to float there. Like every Kirby final boss, he has intergalactic abilities like creating a black hole. Stop clowning around and let me go back into the dark void overworld. Or, you know, throw me another crazy hand. That will stop me for sure not. At least fighting on the scenic route allows me to flex Meta Knight's final smash. Things were going well until I got thrown this timed curveball on this wide open map. This stage restricts my jump abilities and drops guns and explosives galore. Environmental hazards litter the area, if you can even see what's going on. How do I get these guys to the edge of the map within the time limit? The lava does kill once you're at 100%. Camping time! Come here, trio! Fall for my bait near this location. I chipped away at their health and used the old Minecraft lava bucket method to burn away the memories of this difficult challenge. Oh yay, another portal, which sends us to the Sacred Land? Which one? An Ocarina of Time owl statue. Care to elaborate?
I am the one who speaks the truth.
That helps. You're even less helpless, you mean Forest Owl? This is vague too, but at least a bit more useful. This one offers directions as well, which when followed, has me dive in the water, then traverse underground until I reach Soraya. Ah, we must be in Hyrule. Her defeat disintegrates a log for us and allows us to face off against the missing Link. I've always wanted to try my hand at being Navi. Hey, listen, time to leave the forest, Link. We annoyed him so much he willingly gave up his Triforce piece. We go running around at the speed of sound. Sonic? Frankly, I have no idea what you have to do in the Zelda franchise and how you got here. How dare you break my immersive experience? Now join me on my crusade. Look, they made a puzzling track here. Ah, that explains why Sonic the Hedgehog is around. I see, the track is actually a clock, with the outer ring being the minutes, the inner the hours, and inputting correct times gives valuable prizes. Sonic is so happy we figured it out, he goes Super Saiyan. I mean, Super Sonic. At the center of the puzzle, I'm confronted by Impa, who shows us the path towards Princess Zelda. I use the spin dash attacks to dizzying efficiency, speeding through Zelda's magical abilities, and sending her into our heroic timeline. Defeating Zelda, of course, grants us the Triforce of Wisdom in the overworld, and foreshadows how to escape this realm. I bet we all know who this is gonna be. The Demon King Cloud? Have I entered Kingdom Hearts? Who else was expecting Ganondorf to be my next foe? I deal with Cloud as any online Zelda player should. I moved into my mom's basement to side B and bait the thick strength user off the edge to an early grave. Yes, the Master Sword, which does not unlock time travel, but it does reveal the conspiracy theories of Triforce Earthers are indeed true. I take a moment to test out Cloud's limit-breaking abilities and notice they take a while to charge up, but man, do they pack a wallop. With Cloud, I proceed to solve another time hint for the track clock, which reveals, why'd it have to be a me? Why are there 3 of them? I don't want to share any of the spotlight with them. Get spiked, noob. Bowser, I'm begging you, free me from this nightmare. Thank you for sacrificing yourself for my sanity. Well, now I get to try him against a big dragon. Bowser Jr. attempts to kamikaze the kaiju, but can't go through with it, sacrificing the clown car in his place. While clearing out the northern Triforce area, the Dark Emperor brings us to a screeching halt. He's giant and has super armor. As if that's not enough, he hits like a freaking truck. 2 can play that giant game. That's right, kaiju on kaiju violence. It wore off that fast? No time to panic. Actually, they got a final smash. Panic roll, 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 roll. Do it now, baby Bowser. Drill, baby, drill. That's enough evil for one day. Ah, freak, it's Ganondorf. Actually, what am I so afraid of? He's a walk in the park compared to the Dark Emperor. Just a little gimp, and man, this battle was quick. All 3 pieces of the Triforce are now mine, and unlock what I believe to be a twisted Hyrule castle. But it's really the Demon King's castle. Whoever could be in charge. Wait, I thought I was playing as Ganondorf. I guess he's technically Ocarina of Time Ganon. Unlike the game though, he can actually dash instead of standing in one spot and tries to stomp us out. Unfortunately for him, his tail is still his weakness and doesn't turn around quickly at all. The attacks are relatively easy to dodge, and Warlock punches decimate Ganon's health bar in just a matter of seconds. So all I have to do is continue with dodging his mostly slow attacks and get behind him to finish him off with more Warlock punches. punches? Easy peasy. That's 2 of the 3 portals in the Dark Realm neutralized. And Incineroar, I didn't know you were Ganon's cat. I do my best WWE impression, throw him around the ring for a bit, and flex I can even edge guard with Ganondorf. The Alolan starter is mine. Then Incineroar demonstrates to us how to be a real kamikaze, unlike Bowser Jr. A win is a win. Anyways, I commute over to the 3rd section of the Dark Realm, which brings me to the entrance of the newly opened Dracula's castle. Its amenities include such features as an hourglass which resets puzzles in the area, cannonballs just lying on the floor.
Gee, I wonder if there's a cannon around.
And now we can add cannons to the list of ghostly weaknesses. I switch up the area by, well, flipping one, and then continue my amateur ghost busting business. What is Daisy doing here? Olay! Throw her for a loop against some wrestling ring ropes, and then use Intimidate to convince her to join our merry band.
Well, we're waiting.
My time as princess is a short one due to Wario being around the corner. Between Daisy's leg sweeping technique, as well as a very flowery final smash putting Wario to sleep, the garlic breather tries to pull off his own, but it's to no avail. Keep your filthy hands off Luigi's girl. In the caves below the castle, I come across Ridley, who as it turns out is very weak to my aerial attacks. So I take to the air, consistently damaging the space pirate. Psst. Take notes on how to beat him, Samus. One problem though, Ridley isn't my cup of tea. Nothing a little fireball camping can't fix. In fact, Ridley loves to shoot projectiles all over Dracula's castle. This will really grind his gears. Another solution I thought of is Ridley is big, right? So why not make him even bigger with the Great Zapfish Spirit? To speed up my way through the castle due to the abundance of stamina battles. Already at the throne room, baby.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
Count Dracula teleports into action, menacing me with his size. And that's not all. It looks like my attacks are doing nothing. Just as he morphs into bats, I lose my gigantism. He blasts the room with magic missile-like orbs. Then I accidentally figure out his head is his only weakness. Dracula throws extra cinematic pizzazz on his oversized magical assault, almost ending my first attempt. And to his credit, he is the first area boss to knock me out. Oh man, back to the beginning.
You should have gone for the head.
So just like Thor in Endgame, I learned my lesson and went for the head. Rushing to defeat him before I shrink back to normal size, at length, the blood drinker goes down. He has a second phase? Son of a... Luckily, his entire body is now vulnerable to attacks. The Count retains his magical prowess, but now telegraphs his moves more clearly and is so extremely slow to act. He almost ends my second attempt with his flashy attacks, but I stake him through the heart with my tail. Sorry, Drac. I'd be angry too if people broke into my house and destroyed everything. Defeating the 3rd boss of the Dark Realm breaks in yet another dimension, revealing the scary eye of Sauron.
I see.
Nope, too scary. This is definitely Dharkon. With this new target in mind, Ridley uses an hourglass to reset all of our destruction to the castle. Falls into a dark pit, which he climbs out of thanks again to his tail. And then I decide to switch to Shadow Pit. Look who's hanging around in this part of the lair. I side smash my way through the Robin fight and easily unlock them as a new fighter. No castle party is complete without just Ken. Anywhere else you'd be a 10. Why weren't you present at the World Tour level? Of course, Ken dodges the question. What will it take for him to see the man behind the tan and fight for me? As it turns out, Ken is flat out angry he missed out on being put in the world tournament stages. I promise him a worthy opponent in the Dark World, that being Rosalina. I stick to the ground combos, show Rosalina I can spin like a princess too, and utilize his alternate final smash, sending Rosalina off to the galaxy. She may be a very powerful character. However, I don't use her that often, though her ultimate really does make her the star of the show. Before entering the Eye of Dharkon, I retreat back to reality for a character more in my wheelhouse. Ness does need his recovery fixed though, because that PK Thunder just isn't reliable at times. What's this? I'm using the skill tree? Yeah, I thought turning on a second mid-air jump would help out the boy. Now let's finish this, you Dark Lord wannabe. Yeah, we get it. You're basically Nintendo Cthulhu. Very creepy. Wake me up when the intro's over. Geez, some of us have work in the morning. Dharkon uses similar moves to Galeem, but they are slightly different. For example, he uses angled bombs. Throughout the battle, he tears the fabric of reality apart, then decides to shoot a crippling hail of lasers. He then attempts to try the worm dance across the stage, reminding me of Zelda Link's Awakening, and falls apart because we spent so long insulting his boss moves. Dharkon proceeds to jump scare us on his spawn into the second phase, summoning dark fighters in attempts to distract me. I ignore them to 100% focus on taking down Vel'Koz from League of Legends, tanking my way through the explosions and scaring him enough to pull out his tentacle wormholes. Ah, come on! Stop cheesing the portals! You'll need more than eye drops when I'm done with you! Eat home run bat, you rapscallion! With the primal Groudon spirit equipped, walking the dog yo-yo style has never been more powerful. All over his cornea, and I blow his mind, winning on my first attempt. Now do we get to roll credits? Guess we'll have to watch this cutscene to find out. Galeem is back to face Dharkon.
I'm a fire in my laser! Dr. Octagonopus!
Looks like they're far too busy to notice our Avengers have rebanded together. It's not over! I went from the overworld to the dark world to the end of the world. Dharkon and Galeem are controlling their own light versus dark spirits. Depending on the spirits you fight, one or the other gains influence over this cloudy land. My goal was to stay with the neutral route to see how this plays out. Fighters have been brought here as well. Roy, our boy, is back. Let's see how my double midair jump fares against his weapon triangle. Yup, that fits my playstyle perfectly. Continuing my spiritual journey, I come to a stealthy stop.
Good grief, he's naked!
My eyes! I'll have to rinse the images out by using Roy's final smash. Of course, the area wouldn't be complete without fighting more Master Hands, and then even more Crazy Hands. Roy gets ready to pass the torch to the hair-bending witch Bayonetta. Such a shame I didn't get to play as him for long. Bayonetta also has more important things to do and asks Dark Samus to take her place. I blitz through spirits that Nintendo has largely forgotten about, but Gigamac locks me up. Not only does he have super armor, which I'm sensing to be a pattern among the tougher spirits, his stamina is also high and punches with brute strength. Not even final smashes can stop this man's thrill of the fight. He is completely impossible to tilt. To move past this wall of a spirit, I had to lure him to the edge and cheese him with a Ness back throw. Dark Samus has run out of Phazon. Thankfully, we cross paths with Palutena, who eagerly volunteers to carry on the fight after some convincing. Stepping into battle, she brawls in a spectacular reflective style. This freed the Master Hand from Galeem's control, bringing it temporarily to our side to break the ground. I think it's trying to help. I wonder if it's possible to wrench away control of a Crazy Hand too. Sure enough, after defeating it, the Crazy Hand drills into the cracked ground. I receive a well-deserved round of applause from my new friends and a portal to who knows where. Except the Master Hand enters the hole. Not I. Oh, brilliant. It's just another Master Hand fight. Hold on. I am the Master Hand? I have become Death, the destroyer of worlds. Oh, ho, ho. The gloves on the other hand now. I get to face the entire roster. These controls feel so foreign, though I don't have to worry about falling. Guess I'll button mash my way through. Just have to clear out 50 of these challengers. I stunlock the crowd with some good old-fashioned snapping and slamming, then slap like I'm in the slap fight World Championships. There's way too much going on screen. Am I even winning? This is the first time I felt sorry for the Master Hand's defeat. On the second try, I learned the newest hand meta. Spam, 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 firing all the lasers. Seriously, that's all I did. Until all the fighting rosters toasted and I achieved sweet victory. The power of spam was so great, we conquered both light and darkness, which is apparently enough to get Galeem and Dharkon to work together against our unstoppable forces. In preparation for the final battle, I get to choose 3 fighters. Not sure what to expect, so I take Meta Knight for his good aerial game, Powerhouse Ike for his strength, and Wario, who's kind of a mix of both. I then switch my main spirit Groudon for Akuma since he's a 4-star, and make sure to max him to level 99 to ensure I'm at peak fighting prowess. Here goes the run-up to the final boss, beginning with a vertical climb, which leads us to an arena with a waiting 2v1 ambush. As I knock out the imposters, the enemies send in reinforcements. The first cliffhanger is completed after defeating only 4 opponents. Dharkon and Galeem leave us healing items and try to intimidate us with more platforms to climb. Dharkon won't take our rise, sitting down, and he starts sawing away at me. Hey, you discount overmind! Back off from my victory road! Oh look, another ambush! Man, these enemies just won't let up with their raid.
Stop blowing holes in my ship!
Dharkon must be intimidated by our strength. Go away! Let me climb! Wait, Dharkon and Galeem's forces are still at odds with each other? Hey, I ain't complaining. They can hurt each other all they want. Now let's get back to the climb. Oh, great. And now Galeem is doing an impression of a buzzsaw from Home Depot, and then he takes a shot at obliterating our platforms? Now onto an explosive game of the floor is lava. Too bad the Lords of Light and Darkness are idiots leaving jetpacks for me to use. And I hope and pray this is the last ambush. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was only the first phase of this final battle. Now I get to go through many rounds of rematches in this boss rush mode. I slap a ghost and am taken back to Ganon. Wario's fist enlarges upon impact, stunning Ganon in seconds, preceded by tons of smash attacks. Then I use the extra midair jump to close the distance to defeat the first boss quite easily. Giga Bowser comes next. Wario, still wounded from the last bout, is easily launched every time the Koopa King makes contact. No! Wario! I lost one of our 3 lives. Ike comes in clutch, not only taking Giga Bowser's hits, but responds by decimating his HP. Why couldn't this heart have come a little sooner? Marks, you're up. 5 upward sword lunges are enough to bring him under half health and literally shreds Marks in no time. Open season begins to hunt Rathalos, who quickly falls to another stunning item, and Ike destroys yet another video game dragon. Next, his blade proves especially effective against Dracula's weakness, slicing us into the second phase, and simply tanks his way to victory. We then face off against Galeem, I can't with these names. 3/4 of your health is already gone, by the way. Watch Ike's shield withstand your blow, then counterattack you. All that remains are the Lords of Light and Darkness. Ike, endure their combination of attacks. Plink off a fair bit of damage from Galeem using your usual sword-strong attacks. Even in their final forms, these two keep fighting as much against each other as against me. Thanks, Dharkon. Idiot. Both rulers try to get Ike to wave goodbye with a new style of attack with some kind of waveforms. Afterwards, Dharkon drops the hammer on me. I'm afraid this is goodbye for Ike, the legend who beat 6 bosses and tanked so much damage for the team. Meta Knight, time to come out of Dreamland. Finish off Galeem now! Dharkon is all that's left. I was sweating through this gloomy finale because Meta Knight is a light character, meaning he doesn't have as much life as his predecessors. Also, his attacks don't deal as much as Ike's. His aerial superiority, however, put Dharkon to shame. He was especially useful dodging the wave attack since his aerial mobility is top tier. All I could do was continue to chip away slowly at Dharkon's health and pray it was enough for my victory. While I am distracted, Dharkon swoops in for the final finish of Meta Knight. I'm done for! What the heck? Wario is back! How?
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Apparently, Wario was resurrected right after the boss rush. I still have a chance. Headbutt Wario, clap them hands. And just like that, Wario was the one who saved the many universes. We are indebted to him. The great hands now experience the Wario snap as Galeem falls gracefully into the sea and Dharkon follows right behind him. The world resets itself with another firing of the Halo array as the live stream of spirits gather and return to their proper homes. Both Galeem and Dharkon are obtained as spirits, and I'm only 79% complete?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Hey, at least I got that true ending though. There are 2 alternate endings where you face the deities individually. If you choose to only defeat Dharkon, Galeem ends up winning during the climax by showing off stolen Kamehameha techniques, literally turning Dharkon into Swiss cheese and burns everything in the world with light. If you choose to face Galeem instead, Dharkon wins the interdimensional battle using Captain Planet levels of pollution to spread darkness, then turns Galeem into a cool chained metal album cover. Yada yada yada, end of the world. For the last few percent left to complete story mode, I cleared out the remaining spirits in the final battle dimension, clean up the Dark Realm, then in the Mysterious Realm scoop up King K. Rool, capture a legendary Mewtwo, slide down to Luigi, and repair Rob's systems. In the Sacred Land, we sneak through a chest to find the secret Crom, then trek to find his daughter Lucina. Upon returning to Dracula's castle, I had to puzzle out how to kill every single ghost in the gear chamber to have a shot at unlocking Richter. In the main world, I found another portal which brought us into Kirby's Gourmet Race. The goal of this course is to gorge on as much food as possible through eating at least 11 items. Boom, new character. King DDD is the real fatso. I've also gathered a surplus of spirits that improve overworld traversal with a working train, giving me more terrain to explore. I continued by climbing up the side of a volcano and found Zero Suit Samus.
So then we have Zero Suit Samus, which is the same girl without the suit. Improved.
We venture up a waterfall for Shulk, then rescue the very last fighter, Captain Falcon, my man. I'm legally obligated to at least show off his final smash. Show me your moves. However, the real final boss of my adventure was the last unclaimed spirit, Gino. While I am proud of my boy for putting up such a fierce fight, this 5 versus 1 match was overwhelming to say the least. It was a test of endurance, requiring me to tank unholy amounts of damage and using a total of 4 final smashes to clinch the victory. And that's how I 100%ed Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World of Light. Remember, Wario requires you to like the video and subscribe in return for him saving the world. You all have a good one. Thanks.